Okay everybody, hello, welcome back and welcome to Elite Dangerous. I'm gonna do a quick intro of the game for those of you who don't know this game, and then I will drag Paul and Arf into my channel, and then we'll have a little chat, we'll have a little Q&A session, and then we'll have a little SRV jumping contest. So what is Elite Dangerous? Quickly guys, Elite Dangerous is a game that simulates space basically, and it allows you to become a space pilot. And as you can see here, there are, get this, 400 billion star systems for you to explore and go, and you can be whatever you want. You can be a pirate, you can be a trader, you can be an explorer, you can be an adventurer, you can do so many things in this game. Absolutely vast, massive and beautiful game based on science, on the actual science. Every star system, every planet, it's all sort of moving in accordance with astrophysics and all that. So that's Elite Dangerous. I don't think I need to introduce this game to vast majority of my viewers, so let's just get into it. I am currently in the system HR8444, which is the home system of my faction, the Winged Hussars. As you can see here, we are a Polish faction. We currently control, I think, about 80 systems now, so we're one of the biggest factions in the game. There is almost 400 of us all together, and today I will be doing, do I have any SRVs? Yes, I do. That's great. Now let me just do something else quickly here, and I'm gonna drag these guys into my channel, and then we'll have a little chat with them, little Q&A session and that jump contest. So let me just quickly switch this off because this annoys me greatly. This is on, so I'm gonna go to the place of the race, and we will chat with Paul and Arf. Gentlemen, welcome to the stream.
Hello. We're just having an issue at the moment with Arf being able to hear us.
Say that again.
So, we're just a little bit of an issue at the moment with Arf being able to hear us. He can talk, but we can't seem to hear him.
Okay.
Hear us, sorry.
No worries. Let me just quickly add another push to talk button. Can you tell us, Paul, because I know that you both are fairly new to Elite Dangerous community team, with my little exception for you, obviously, because you've been doing behind the scenes stuff for quite a while now, actually. But Arf is a new member of the community team, and so let me just wrap my nose here. So, can you tell us about the reasons of expanding the team, and how is it structured now? Because I know that there's been some rotation internally within the team. So can you tell us who does it consist now, who's in the team, and like does everyone has separate responsibilities in the team, or how does that work as well, please?
Well, so the team at the moment consists of Arf, who's our lead community manager. You've got myself, you've got Stephen, and you have Bruce. We all sort of pitch in for for everything. So we all have things we're working on together, but we have areas that some of us are a little bit, what's the word? Kind of a little bit more involved in. For example, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff for the forums, and I'm involved with the social media, whereas Stephen's more involved with the live stream. But we do a lot of stuff together, so things like planning, organising, stuff like that. That's all a big group activity would be probably the best way of describing it.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for that. So, oops.
Oh, can we hear off? Can you hear him? I saw a flash of green on his thing. No, okay, well, no. Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do like 5 things at the same time. It's not working very well. The following question, follow-up questions are sort of. So I follow. Oh, Arf.
Ah, yes. I think somehow I have made this work.
Yes.
Yay! Hello.
So there are a lot of wires everywhere. There's a small child on fire. But
sorry, I just wanted to set one on fire for the amusement of it.
No, that's fine, Paul. Your sacrifice worked. I do apologise for being late. I just realised before I jumped on, I was like, I haven't tested my audio, and of course, I wasn't working, so.
It's okay, not to worry, mate. Like I said, on my streams, failures are quite known thing. You know, I always have at least one big epic fail on any of my streams, so you know, it's in line with.
It would be a 24-hour live stream without something going wrong.
Exactly. That's actually the main sort of motto of my channel. A stream without an epic fail is a wasted stream. So, you know, it's all in line with my ethos, if you like. Good to hear, Arv.
Yes, no, thank you very much for inviting me on, and it's awesome what you're doing. I hope we can add something to your stream. Thank you for inviting us. I'm sorry I'm really tardy and late. I'm now going to try and attempt to join your game without crashing everything in the office. So please bear with me if I get this wrong.
I know you have loads on your mind. I think you've just moved house as well. So I know I've been there a year ago. Yeah. So
I moved like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I'm still waiting on internet at home. I would have done this from home. I thought I would have been by then, but of course, my wonderful supplier could not install internet in time, so that was great.
I know the feeling.
Not like you need internet for anything. It's all fine.
No, I mean, who needs internet, right? Right. Okay. So I'm in Collins Market, and you've sent me an invite to your private group.
Yes, I was going to ask if you actually got that. If not, then
what is the name of your group?
Matthias Shallowgrave.
I do not see it.
No, let me just try it again, maybe.
Yeah. And then we get onto the questions. I'm sorry I missed them, but I'm here.
No, it's
now.
alright. It's alright. No worries. It's fine. It's all good.
I fielded it all. It's all good.
Let me just send you the invite again.
I've only promised many things.
I'll be honest with you. You promise you, because I'm fairly certain when whoever comes into this stream room and sees the mess I've made, I don't think I'll be working here much longer. There are wires everywhere.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. I should have tested it beforehand. So please don't apologise to me.
Would you mind? I've just emailed you. Sorry, I just messaged you on Discord. My commander name. Would you mind sending the request yourself, please? Because I don't think that the one I've sent you worked. For some reason. Maybe because you didn't accept the friend request at the time. Because I'm sending one after another. So maybe not.
Yeah,
why.
let me just go into
if you wouldn't mind, please,
and accept it, and then I'll send you an invite. Give me 2 seconds. But feel free to pop me a question whilst you're doing it.
Yeah. So
wait on.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I was going to go to the second question, which is I've following quite a few of Elite Dangerous related social channels, Reddit and Facebook and quite a few Discord servers. I think it's fair to say that one of the trends in the comments from the community as a whole is an opinion that Frontier doesn't really communicate enough with the players. Mm-hmm. Of course, enough is very subjective, and I fully realize that we can all agree that when the players will never have enough info, no matter how much you will give them, there will never be enough. I think that's fair to say that. However, I'm sure you've seen how positive the reaction was on the forums when you've actually brought a concrete and solid answer to the quite an old question now that is regarding the availability of Cobra MK4 for the console players or Xbox players in specifically. I think so. The reaction to that, because the Xbox players were asking these questions for quite a long time now, and the answer was always sort of, we'll say later, or nothing to announce, we're not sure quite yet. And you just came and said, sorry guys, Cobra MK4 will not be available for Xbox players because it was timed exclusive, blah blah blah. That's the reasons, and the reaction was absolutely mental on the forums, and in a good way, obviously. People went, yes, finally we finally know. That's great to actually know something, even though the answer was no. But we have the answer now. So
I think to your point, I mean, there's two parts to this. There's one, have we been, we listen to the community, and when the community tells us we haven't been, they don't think we're talking enough. It's something we take on the chin, right? It's something that any good community manager or community team would listen to it, and we're not going to bite back and say we think we are. What we're saying is, I think you'll find that in the coming months, the way we communicate and talk to the community is going to change substantially. With regards to coming in and giving answers to questions, sometimes, I think I said it in one of my statements, we will always try and give an answer when we can. And one of my things that we're doing now is we'll give answers even if we think they're not going to be answers people want to hear. The Cobra being an example of that. There are times when people ask us questions and we simply cannot answer them, and there is a multitude of reasons why sometimes we can't answer a question. Sometimes it's because there is an aspect that is still waiting to be finalised, and it's out of our controls. And I mean that in Frontier, so it might be relating to a third party, and we're waiting for them to confirm on it. We can't speak on it because it isn't anything to do with us. It could be a case of we're not really talking about it because it fits within a certain beat of a campaign, and I'm not teaching people psychedelics and stuff like that, but obviously campaigns for different types of different games have different beats, and one thing we don't want to do is talk about something that isn't ready to be talked about at that particular time, and it can be frustrating, and we get it and we understand. I think I'd like to think that in the next few weeks you will see something different from the Frontier team, and it's not a me thing. It's not something I've come in and done. It's something that the team and I have sat down and discussed and are bringing in. So we will never shy away from criticism. We will always take it on board. I think that is all we can do, really. Say, look, we are listening to you. Concerns about things that you raise, we will listen and we take back and we feedback. We can't always give answers to people there and then, but that feedback is always delivered to developers, and we keep pushing and we always keep asking the question that needs to be asked. We only really speak if we have an answer for you. I personally hate just saying I've nothing to say about this right now, because we get asked and asked and asked, and answers can take a little while to come. And I give an example about the VR stuff. There will be, I'm sure we'll have some more messaging on VR down the line, but right now it is what it is, and I can't say anything else than because the answer isn't there for you, and I just don't want to keep going online and saying the same thing over and over again. Sometimes I won't answer that question more than once, if that makes sense.
Of course, yeah, definitely. And I think the community of Elite Dangerous is sort of I can give you an example from my own community. So we have about 400 people, and we have a how old are you poll on the forums, and the average age in that poll is like 40 years old. So I think this is very, very different community to a lot of the other games where you have a mixture of little younger people and some older people. In Elite Dangerous, these proportions are sort of inverted, I think. You have people who are 60, 70-year-old who still play the game, which is absolutely amazing. And I think people, that specific community, when they hear, oh, we'll tell you soon, or when they hear sort of a vague answer to a question, rather than, even if it's, sorry, can't tell you now, we'll tell you later. So obviously there will be people who will go, but I think majority of people will actually understand that, and they will say, that's fine, we're mature enough to understand how these things work. Sometimes you don't get an answer straight away, but so I think that's why when you came back with that concrete, solid answer for the Cobra MK4, everyone was like, okay, thanks for telling us, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of the things. Our community is one of the most, I've worked with many communities, but this is probably the most passionate. It is the most informed, one of the most informed communities rather that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. But it's great because the community will always keeps companies honest. And I don't mind being called out and people saying this isn't right, we don't like this. And it's fine. I never have an issue with criticism. As long as people are courteous and stuff, I don't have a problem with it. As long as people talk to people like adults, I really don't mind.
Of course, yeah. Well, that's the main thing. As long as we all keep civil and
yeah, of course.
Discussion is discussion. It's just keep it civil.
Exactly.
And being a moderator on your forums, I know that this community can be sometimes less than civil. Sometimes, obviously, we all love you anyway, guys. But
it's passion. Passion is
exactly. Yes.
David said it himself. People get angry because they're passionate. They're passionate because they care, and that's where we come in and we get it. That we do understand it. So I think
it's quite an important actually thing to add that and I know this myself because I get annoyed with Elite so many times, but I keep coming to this because this game is absolutely amazing. This is one of this is the #1 game series of all times for me ever. And I get annoyed with it, but then I come back to it and I'm like, oh my god, this is such an amazing game.
yeah. No, I said it before. I played Elite when I was when I had my own business. used to play Elite at my desk, and I worked all my way up, and I did it all through combat. So this took a long time. I worked all my way up to get myself a chieftain, fully kitted out, and I was so eager to play with it that I fly without rebuy. I crashed it into an asteroid when I got up. And I couldn't play Elite for about 2 months. But then again, I watched a video. I can't remember whose video I watched, but I watched a video, and I was hooked, and I came back in and started again. And the great thing about our community is there's always someone there to teach you something. Always, like just when I think I know everything, someone will show me something else. I'm like, oh wow, I had no idea, and it's fantastic. So.
Beautiful. Amazing.
You may need to send me an invite to your private group. I've accepted your friend's request, but you might need to invite me to your group.
Okay, let me just try that again then. I don't think I can anymore, you know. I don't have the option on screen. I think because I've sent it to you while you were not, while we still weren't friends. I think maybe that's why. Would you mind searching for the group? Because you can search for it yourself in the groups menu.
Hang on, I'm just going to quit out of it.
Actually, if you search for my name and if you click on it, there should be an option: join, send private group request or something like
that.
Here's some holding music from Mark.
Yeah, fire some more questions away, and I can keep looking through.
No worries, yeah.
Hang on a minute.
You got it?
I think. Stand by your beds. Let's see. Let's see. Either I've got this right, or something else is now on fire. Let's just wait and see. Right. Continue. Private group session. There you go, Matthias. That's you, isn't it, Shadow Grey?
Beautiful. Yes, correct. That's me.
Connect to the private session.
Excellent.
I'm on my way. Finally.
Beautiful.
20
Hey.
minutes not going to be there.
It's all right, no worries. You know, it's fine. Let's carry on, guys. So
Yeah.
the third question from me would be obviously there is no denying that Elite Dangerous has an absolutely amazing community, and I can tell you I've been involved in gaming communities and being a moderator, administrator, a creator of a community, a curator of communities for about 15 years now. All right, and I have quite a lot of experience with being part of different gaming communities, and I can tell you that honestly, this is the most creative gaming community and the most involved gaming community I've ever been involved in. And it's not, sweet talking. It's genuine, honest opinion of mine that Elite Dangerous community is one of the best I've ever been involved in. And I think it's a fact, we can all agree for that. And I know that you guys at Frontier, you really do appreciate the creativity a lot, because you can feel that in your comments, when you talk about people and the different initiatives that people do. Can you tell us a little bit, which, over all the years of Elite Dangerous, which community projects made you go wow the most?
I've got a couple. I can start. I think, for me, what I love about Elite Dangerous is it's varied. There's stuff that happens in game, there's stuff that happens outside the game, which I just find fascinating. As an example, Fangs, the comic, that really cool animated comic that I'm gonna forget names. I remember the things, I forget names. So whoever's the author of Fangs, the creators, they're fantastic people. I'm so sorry on your name, but
that's really I don't remember the guy's name, but yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Stuff. I love that people that will take a subject and bring it out of the game world and create their own narrative. I think that's incredible. I love stuff like the bucketball racing. I love stuff like we did some Type 9 racing and stuff like that. I love all the role play groups and the anti-Xeno, the AXI. There's so much with Elite, and it's really difficult to put into context. I think one of the first sort of groups I became aware of, I think, was Lave Radio when you were playing Elite, and you could then listen to, you pop on Lave Radio via the internet and listen to them talk and watch it. It just brought the world alive, and you were just in there like a space trucker doing your thing, and these guys were just on the radio. It was just a lot of fun. There's so many community projects I love, and yeah, I love being shown them. So if there's people listening that have stuff, please send it to me, because we love showcasing stuff like that.
I think for me, one of so I've been playing and involved with sort of MMO type games for quite a long time, and one of the things I love seeing is when people sort of find a need and sort of fill it. So obviously one of the first things that really impressed me was things like the fuel rats. They go, okay, these are people that are stuck in the middle of space. They consider themselves doomed. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to save them. And people like that. I like the sort of screenshot groups. There's a bunch of people who go out and find the most sort of, for better phrase, sort of imaginative and beautiful parts of space in the game, and they take screenshots and they share them with everyone. I just sort of love looking at some of them and knowing I'm never going to get that close to a Fargoid because I suck at combat. I did like the sort of roleplay groups, so the things like the anti-Xeno, the people who just go, right, we're just going to kill as many of these things as we possibly can. And that's a goal that I can fully get behind and appreciate. So, yeah, I just like seeing these groups of people make.
Beautiful. I think for me, do you remember the Dove Enigma project when people went on this trip to, I think was it in Colonia, Dove Enigma?
It might be. There's been a lot of stuff like that.
It was a person who I think had a cancer or something, and you guys put this beautiful mega ship named after him. He was actually Commander Dove Enigma, and there was a big expedition into the ship to bring, I think, meta alloys because some notorious commander left a unknown artifact, were still unknown artifact at the time, not Targoid sensor, and at the time these things would damage your station services. Some nefarious commander left a meta alloy on that mega ship, and they disabled all of the systems on it, and there was a massive action to bring meta alloys who would repair the starship. And I remember my community, we had about I think like 500 tons of meta alloys stashed on our sort of like a store warehouse T9 available to all of the community, and we just immediately unload the whole load and just made a big expedition. And events like that just integrate the community as well. They allow people to get together, play together, and then create those bonds that then last for years, and that's what's amazing about this game as well. I think that it allows for bespoke and for very creative things like this. And even though there is an action which may be a little bit negative, there is always a positive reaction back from some other parts of the community, and that's what actually amazes me the most.
I mean, the fact that as soon as I started, I joined the Discord groups, and the amount of requests, the amount of very different types of groups of people that explore, people that are doing long trips, people that are pirates, people that are security, people that just do racing, and there are groups within groups. It's fantastic. It's such a varied community, and there's literally something there for everyone, like depending on what you want to do, which is why, I mean, I've always been a space fan. Science fiction is sort of like my, not even a guilty pleasure, it's my pleasure, and so this universe is just so alive with people that share the same sort of interests. It's an amazing place to be.
Beautiful. Okay, so moving forward, let's just ask you about some of your favorite things in Elite, or basically favorite Elite things. So, quick question, quick answer from both of you, please. Your favorite ship?
Chieftain.
I like the Cobra. I know it's early on, but I just like the Cobra.
Beautiful. Favorite activity?
Mine is, I don't know it's an official term for it, but I call it scabbing, which is where I go and get bounties in a high res site, and I let all the Federation or all the feds or the police do all the hard work, and I go in for the last 2 or 3 kills, and I'm like, I get all the bounty for it. I think it's a disgusting way to earn money, but I'm very proud of myself.
Classic.
I do space trucking essentially, so I go and do sort of small routes to make not huge amounts of money, but sort of enough to slowly raise my sort of income. I quite like doing that. It's nice and relaxing.
Excellent. I think for me it would be just traveling across different systems and just finding out about places. Like one of the amazing places I found, I'm sorry, I'm going to digress a little bit, but there is a system in Witchhead Nebula. And there is an outpost called Pigeons John's Nest, and I know this is from Adam's Woods. Pigeons John's are probably after Adam's racing pigeon, as far as I'm aware. But this is such an amazing place, and it's because there is an outpost, but there is also an installation, an orbital installation right next to it. So it's like 2 locations combined into one. And I just wish there were more places like this in Elite. This is literally my favorite place in Elite, and I love just going around the populated space and discovering places like
I think, I mean, there are some amazing handcrafted places. within Elite. But the thing I love, I guess one of the things I love the most about Elite, and I guess I see most of it instead of screenshots, is that a lot of the places are just there. They're not handcrafted, and they are absolutely stunning. Like Summon and Nebula and stuff like that. We haven't crafted them. That is pure simulation at work. And people find these vistas, and it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And I think that's one of the things I love about Elite is when I see these screenshots of like a ringed world so close to the sun, and just the way it cuts off, or in a nebula and storms going around. It's just beautiful. I think I found your ship, by the way. I'm gonna park next to you.
I can see now. Well,
scratching paint, because I love that paintwork. That's incredible.
50 people watch you land now, so
I won't scratch the paint.
No pressure.
I'll definitely scratch the. I won't.
Okay, so next question: your favorite power play character?
Ooh, I was late to it, very late to power play. I never really got involved in it until I realised there was stuff you get. So I realised if you assigned yourself to someone and you were there. I don't know who I'm aligned to now. I don't really have a favourite. I'll be honest. I was more about it for me. So I was very much like, what rewards am I going to get? And I'll just pledge my allegiance and then just leave it until I've got my reward. Because I'm a horrible person. I'm not particularly like
in a game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in the game I am. Yeah, I'm in real life. I'm a lovely person. Aren't I, Paul? Paul? Oh no, he's gone. He definitely doesn't agree that I'm a nice person.
How about you, Paul? Who? Do you have a favorite power play character?
So I don't. I haven't involved myself with power play all that much because it distracts from just travelling around making incredibly small amounts of money from space trucking. So I don't really have one.
What about yourself? Who's your favourite and why? I'm going to ask you a question.
Believe it or not, 3,500 hours and counting, and I've still not touched power play even.
Oh really?
So
yeah.
Well, to be fair, most of the time was to do with stuff involving my group, the Winged Hussars, and we're an independent faction. We don't double, we don't deal with dirty powers and people, powers that be, if you like. So I don't think I have a favorite. I think the serious guy, Lee Yong-ri, because obviously he's got discounts for all the ships. So I think purely pragmatic reasons.
You do what I do. You just look at the benefits.
Exactly. But I'm not dealing with any of them anyway. So.
Yeah.
Okay, moving forward then. Quickly, Federation or Empire?
Feds.
Like the Empire.
Feds.
There we go. Oh,
Feds.
I suspect there will be a big discussion after this stream. One of these Empire, one of these Feds.
I'm afraid, although, to be honest, I quite like the Alliance, but they, the little
Yeah,
guys.
I specifically left the Alliance out of it because Feds versus Empire is always like, it's the meat of Elite conflict. I think Federation versus Empire is like the ongoing Cold War.
Either of them are very nice. I don't like either of them really.
Me neither, to be fair, but if anything, Alliance for me, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So next one, Targoids, dead or alive?
Oh, well, what do I want them dead or alive, or do I think that they're alive? What's the question here?
Do you want them dead or alive? Do you prefer them dead or do you prefer them alive? Basically, the best Targoid is a dead Targoid or is a living Targoid.
I know I'm going to upset people with whatever answer I give, but I'm going to stand by my answer. And I say the only good Thargoid is a dead Thargoid, and I'm doing my part.
Yay! Ditto, same here.
Kill them all.
I like to wave at them as I run really fast from them.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm a firm believer that they're not our friends. But I could be wrong. But I'm not going to take a chance. I'd rather shoot first and ask questions later.
With other attacks are just their way of saying hello. You don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
You never know. How about you, Paul, then?
Indifferent. I think I kind of like the fact that we're people trying to take them down. I think that's quite cool. So maybe I'm leaning more towards sort of dead than alive. It's a very neutral way of answering the question, hoping that no one hates me because of it.
So I can tell you a lot of the Targoids are getting decimated in Pleiades right now because the Winged Hussars are fighting for the leaderboards trophy in anti-Xeno combat. Let me just check actually the score. because I've not checked for a while now. And currently, just to give you a little bit of an example, where is it? Squadrons. We currently have 26,800,000,000 points. That gives us the first place currently. Next group on the list is Anti-Xeno Initiative, and they have 6 billion. So we have just 20 billion more than them. I think you can tell how much we want this trophy.
Just a small amount.
I mean, that's a lot of dead Thargoids. I mean,
Not a lot of, and I tell you what, this is a lot of money as well.
Thargoids.
This is a lot of money as well, because the points are every credit earned by selling the combat bonds for killing Thargoids is 1 credit earned, is 1 point. So our faction collectively in a month, because it's been just a month of the leaderboards of that season, we've earned 26 billion credits so far.
Wow.
And it's still a month to go. So you know, we're on it. A lot of Thargoids are getting decimated.
It's like a win-win to me. You kill Thargoids and you get rich.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a great way to make money.
I know people are going to get upset that. I know they are.
And we won this trophy so badly, I can tell you as well, because if we win this trophy, we will be the only faction since leaderboards or squadrons were introduced even ever that has won the gold trophy in every single category available to us. So I think it's going to be a massive achievement. We've been trying this since the beginning of squadrons. So currently we have gold trophies in combat, CQC, exploration, political, and trade. And the Xeno defense is the last one. We need to have the full set ready, apart from power play, because like I said, we don't double with power play, so this is not available for us. But every other one, if there is a big if, because the season is still ongoing, but if we win, we're going to be the only faction with that achievement. And I think this is going to make me really proud as the leader of the Winged Hussars. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is ongoing, and a lot of Thargoids are getting killed in Pleiades right now. So hopefully that'll make you happy.
Hello?
Yes, I just wanted to say that, you know, a lot of Thargoids are getting decimated in Pleiades right now, so hopefully this will make you happy.
You're back.
Yeah, so next question, and the last one from your favorite things. Let's say you come across an orbital installation pirate attack. So do you help attacking or do you help defending?
I don't know. I always sound like a horrible person, so at the risk of giving me time to think, I'm going to let Paul go first. Yeah, go on, Paul. You answer this one. And then I think I know what my answer is, but I'm going to see what you are, see if I'm a terrible person. Hello?
Paul? I think Paul is speechless.
Well, that's cool. I have to answer this now. I think it comes down to what's in it for me. Not wanting to sound like Han Solo or anything, but what do I get out of this? I mean, who's going to pay me more? Are the pirates going to pay me more? I mean, I think I might. If I was being really horrible, I'd probably help the pirates long enough for them to loot enough, and then I'd kill the pirates to get all of that.
I like this. I like this a lot.
That's the way
Beautiful.
to do it.
I'm not sure if Paul is back on.
Paul does. Obviously, we're all working from home. I'm blessed to be in the office, so I actually have stable net.
Fair enough.
But he would just be. I know we're trying to get back on, so I think we'll crack on.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's fine.
He's trying to join now, but we'll see how he gets on.
Cool, that's fine. So I think just to answer the question as well, for me it would be leave them attacking the installation. Don't help them. Don't help either of the sides, because majority of the times the reason I'm near orbital installation is because I'm stealing from the cargo ways. So I welcome the commotion, elsewhere very much. Yes, Paul.
There you are. Yes, you're there.
Cool. My internet just went, haha, no, and did full on die.
I that's one of my worries. I'm on the Virgin, and they've been intermittently cutting me off every now and then. So I hope tonight not going to happen, but fingers crossed. Anyway, Paul. So the question for you then: there is an orbital installation pirate attack, and you happen to be around. Do you help attacking, or do you help defending the installation?
See, now I was trying to answer this whilst my thing was not letting me be heard. Other than immediately being blasted to bits, because that's my general state when it comes to combat, I probably lean towards more sort of helping the pirates. I know I'm a nasty person in that regards, but a moment for the villainy is always very entertaining for me. I will point out though that I would immediately die, so it wouldn't be a particularly successful defense of the pirates.
Beautiful. Okay, so moving on. Hang on, let me just see here. Are you landed, Arf? Did you manage to find a place?
I'm in my little SRV. I'm right in front of your ship.
All right, okay.
Asp Explorer, right? You've got an Asp Explorer.
Yeah, can you pop over? See, there is like a ramp near the town, near the city walls. There's like a little ramp. If you can drive over here, so I can explain to the people in the chat what's the jumping contest going to be all about, and then we can have a little go at it.
Sure.
While we keep talking.
I'm driving towards. Oh dear, what have I done here? What's happened?
So now I have another question for you guys, which probably I don't expect to get an answer for it, but I have to ask it anyway for the sake of my Polish community. So in one of the very early newsletters for Elite Dangerous, there have been a list of languages that Elite Dangerous would be translated into, and one of those languages was a Polish language. And I know for a fact that quite a few people purchased the game at the time based on that comment saying, "Oh, we're buying the game, and there's going to be Polish language available." But we're 5 years down the line and it's still not. So my question is to you guys: is there any plans for this to still happen at all?
So I saw that question come in. Obviously, it's before my time, but I have started asking the questions here at Frontier. I will get you all I can say is I will get you an answer. I don't know the answer to that question. I will find you that answer and I will give you an answer, good or bad. I will find that answer for you and let you know where that currently sits.
Sure, thank you. And I appreciate it. It's
no,
any information is always appreciated. It's just I know that a lot of people from the Polish community were waiting for that answer, and even if it's a no, again, these are people who are mature enough, I think, to understand. Exactly. So. Oh wait, here he is. Here's Arf. Okay, so let's maybe I'll ask Paul this question so he can give us an answer to this one, and then we'll after that one I'll explain what the jump contest is all about, and also we'll have a little giveaway for the Elite calendar because we've reached £200 goal on the donations. So this means
awesome.
This means I'm going to give away a beautiful, big format, Elite Dangerous calendar with lots of beautiful screenshots. But anyway, the next question would be, are we going to see any more bug fixes for Elite before the end of this year? I know that obviously Odyssey is coming and we're all waiting for that, and we are getting hyped for that. However, I'm sure you're aware of all the reports coming in with all the various new bugs that were introduced with the recent patches. So is there any plans to tackle those in some near future? Can you shed some light on any other planned updates for the rest of this year, apart from the obviously bug fixes that are not related to the latest patches? Is there any plans for any more?
So in terms of other updates, and again, there's a clear roadmap now towards Odyssey. So that's where we're heading towards. In terms of bug fixes, there's I'm sure people are aware of in the forums, there's the known issues tab. That is always looked at by the team, and they work to how it basically works. They will sit and work through those bugs, and when they think they can get that into a fix, they'll put it into a fix. So it's not like we will try and put them out regularly, but sometimes it's working through how those bugs work. I know there is another bug fix patch that we're working on right now. I don't mind sharing that information. But they've obviously got to work through the bugs. There's no point in me saying, oh yeah, there's going to be a bug fix in X date, because I can't tell you how fast it's going to take them to fix that bug.
Of course, I don't think anybody's expecting it's going to be a bug fix tomorrow.
No, so they are constantly working through that list. Some are harder to fix than others. So obviously some of the ones that they're going through now, and part of our job is to go through and try and highlight which ones are real pains for our community. So yes, there will be another bug fix patch separate to the mining stuff, and that's gone on before. It's an entirely separate issue. So that will be coming. But as to when, I can't give you that because I don't know yet. That is the honest answer. I don't know the date.
And I think it's fair to say that if you don't know, you don't know. You can't sell something you don't know. Thanks for that. I think that's quite reassuring that the things are getting looked at, and we're still going to get some fixes before end of the year. Maybe we'll have a little break from the questions. Now I'm going to quickly explain to the people in the chat what are we going to be doing. So, guys, this is the usual spot for the Winged Hussars SRV jumping contest, and we've done this 3 or 4 times already, I think, in the history of our group. And this is quite simple, but a lot of fun. So, as you can see, there is a ramp here, and we'll be jumping from this ramp onto this hangar over here. And as you can see, the hangar is divided into 5 segments. So if you land on any of these segments, that's how much points or how many points you get. And the two outermost segments on both sides are for 1 point. The two inner segments on both sides are for 5 points, and the very middle segment is 10 points worth. So you have to aim for the middle to basically score the most points. Now, there is also a caveat. If you manage to do a flip, either back flip or front flip or side flip, whatever, any flip that rotates your SRV 360 degrees in air, and you still manage to land successfully on all 4 or 6 in this case, you get extra 10 points for that maneuver. So
what about if you blow up? I mean, intentionally, that is, of course.
No points. You get no points whatsoever.
I'm going for a spectacular fireworks display as I come in.
As many before you, believe me. So that's the game. That's the game.
Lived on fire.
Do you want to go first, Arf? Or do you want me to go first? You have the choice.
I think if you go first, I can watch how you do it, and
okay.
I can. So you backed up a bit. Right, I'm just going to learn your game plan, and obviously I'll be able to do it first time.
So I want to be asked another question, and while I jump, you can answer maybe.
Okay.
So this is going to be about Odyssey, and I know that you cannot tell us much apart from what we've already seen recently in the announcement and in the recent dev diary. However, if there would be one meaningful thing that we didn't hear about or seen about Odyssey yet, and that you can actually share with us, what would it be?
So that's tough. It's hard. It's hard to say what would be meaningful, because people were interested in so many different aspects of what Odyssey is. We've got a lot of questions from the recent dev diary, and actually what we're doing is working through those questions, and we want to put a post out early next week, really, that just answers a few of these questions and says, based on what we've said, I can't tell you about what's in Odyssey, because I can say I've seen it, because perks of jobs and all that, but I can't tell you anything meaningful about it, because I will get told off. I'll get taken out back, and our Lord Braben will
of course, so I can imagine.
I cannot talk about Odyssey because I'll be shot.
No, that's fair enough. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I fully realise that. That was a bit of a cheeky question. I do admit.
No, look, you don't ask, you don't get, right? You don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. You don't try, you don't. No risk, no fun, right?
I'll tell you what I will say. The dev diary is an indicator. Like we intend to be feeding the community information on a regular basis about Odyssey. So we don't want to just do the dev diary and disappear now until launch. We will be giving you information regularly now. So it won't be long. You won't have to wait too long for the next.
That's great. But I think it's fair to say that there is more than we've seen so far, right?
Say again, sorry.
I think it's fair to say that there is more than we've seen so far, right? Because I've seen some of the comments I've seen, and I've been trying to kind of cool them down, if you like, where oh, is that all? They've shown just some atmosphere planets and and a couple of flora items. Oh, there's not much to it. I'm like, guys, come on, it's just the first diary, right? We've only seen a quick announcement, teaser trailer, and first diary. There must be more, surely.
I think, Paul, you were saying, what were you saying there, Paul? Sorry.
What was I saying? I was saying that the dev diary that we've shown is just the first one. There will be more. Yeah,
and that was purely focused on exploration and stuff like that, and that's only part of the exploration stuff that's being changed. So yeah, I get it. People just want to see the game. I understand it. People having legs in Elite has been a thing for as long as I've known Elite. So I understand the passion behind this, but just a little bit of patience. Like I said right at the start of this, we have a timeline, and we want things to be dropped at the right time, because it makes sense to everything else that's going on within our campaign. It's not we just don't want to tell you, or we don't know. We just have a system, and when that's got to come in. So.
Understandable.
So, yeah, right, this is where I get 1,000 points.
Okay, thanks. Yes, so you go. I missed completely, so.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was watching. Right, here we go. Here it comes.
There he goes.
There he goes. Look, and he's up. Oh, he's probably gone too far. He's going to spin.
Going for a trick.
Too much.
Oh, exactly as I did.
Too much.
You learn from the best.
I told you to do exactly what you did.
Don't copy me, please.
Right, I will come back to the start.
Beautiful. All right, so my turn now. So we both get 0 points for this round. Let's get to the next question then, and then we'll have another jump. So This one is specifically for me because I love lore of Elite. Lore in Elite is something that dragged me into this game and kept me captivated for years. You know, I've loved to read about all the events that happened in the past. You know, all the generation ships, inner bases, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's the meat of Elite for me, if you like. So I know that we've introduced Codex, which is an amazing thing because we have lots of information on the From lore. Are there any plans to actually expand Codex? I'm especially talking about the knowledge base part of it, because that's where the most information related to lore are stored. And also, sort of like a related question, any plans to expand the lore itself and the independent storylines within the game? Because we've quite a few of those going, and then they slowly sort of grind to a halt for a while now. So are these be stories, or some of these stories, are they be coming back with maybe expansion of the Codex as well?
So the standard answer that we have given, and again, going at the start, has been there's nothing to say at this time with these things. What I will say is this, and it's a different answer, and I hope people understand what I'm saying by this. We understand how important this is to the community, and we are listening. So that is all I can say right now.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's it. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but that's it.
Fair enough. And that's fine. You know, and you know, if you can't say something, you can't say something. You know, that's fair. So yeah, thanks for that. But as you can see, I landed on 10-point spot here with a rotation.
I'm just about to do the same thing.
So that's 20 points for me.
Look at this. Oh.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is, oh my god.
Oh, it was going so well. Oh.
Hey, we both scored 10 points. Hey.
Look at that. That was a bit of a Buzz Lightyear. That was definitely, you did it with grace and poise. I sort of tumbled in like a drunkard. And it's my way across.
It's practice. It's practice, mate. I'm just noting the points. Okay, 10 points for both. Oh, sorry, 20 points for both of us because we both did a trick. So.
All right, here we go. It's gonna hit that
20 for both of us, and just get back to the position. This is loads of fun. You know, if you have like 5-10 people doing this in a row, and there's like three rounds, and there's prizes to be won. That's a great way of passing time in Elite Dangerous. We do it, like I said, we've done it 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, I think it goes back to one of the earlier questions. The thing about Elite is it is a sim, right? And I think one of the things the devs have done incredibly well is provide the tools for people and the world, and haven't put too many rules in outside of simulation rules. And what players have done with those has been fantastic. Like the fact that I was racing Type 9s through a canyon with 12 other players was incredible. Like, and bearing in mind I've never flown a Type 9, and I'll be honest, I never want to fly one again. But it was so much fun. Like just to see that these are things that people have done, and like there's for the bucketball racing, your jump stuff, and it's just like I love this is the stuff I love.
Beautiful. Okay, so I think we only have 9 minutes left currently. So let's quickly jump to another question, which is just 2 quick questions really about recently released fleet carriers. What was the biggest challenge when developing them for you guys or for Frontier, and what did surprise you as a community team the most in terms of players using them after the release? And I'm just gonna
That's a tough question for me, really. I guess for Paul as well, because Paul's moved over to the team very recently, and I've only been here for 8 weeks. So in terms of the development side of it, that's probably something I can't speak of because I didn't actually make them. What has been surprising is just the amount of various ways players have been utilising fleet carriers. I think has surprised us, and how many there are. There's a lot, lots of fleet carriers out there right now.
I don't know where I am.
So I think it's just like. There's an entirely new entity, and I remember being excited. Well, I wasn't working at Frontier at the time. I remember when they were first announced a little while ago, and just seeing these things, and I love that they're being used for their actual uses. People using them for trading, for helping them mining, exploring. There's also other stuff where people are doing like guided tours for players, and people have realised now that. Actually, you can. They're in all instances these fleet carriers. So people who are on Xbox will be able to land on a PC player's carrier. That's in their game, and they are actually going on forums and going, "Hey, we're doing a guided tour of whatever nebula. Do you want to join? Come to this fleet carrier, join us." That sort of stuff, I think it's incredible, and I love it, and I absolutely love it. And players are finding ways to they always find ways to surprise us. And the thing I like most about it as well is the actual photography and the noise they make. They're like giant angry geese that just appear, honk their horn, and then just sort of terrify you if you're not aware of it. I was on stream. Who was on stream? I was on stream with, I want to say it was Hutton, and I got left behind because I was late, which is obviously something is what I do. Clearly, I was late. I missed the jump by about I don't know, about 3 minutes, so I got to watch it leave, and then I got ahead of them because I used some behind the scenes jiggery pokery, and I thought it's fine. I can watch them arrive in system, and I actually plonked myself literally where they were coming through, and I was on stream and I actually made a slight mess of myself because this noise kicked off and my ship just got smacked tumbling through space as this giant fleet carriers arrived behind me, and I was sitting in camera mode trying to get a really cool shot, and it actually just smashed me out of the way. So I love fleet carriers.
Oh, beautiful. See, moments like that are really, really memorable for me in Elite Dangerous, because these are the things that are not sort of scripted or planned. You will just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and stuff will happen to you, unfortunately, and then you're like, oh my god. But I love this game so much for things like that.
Is this all gone, Paul? Sorry.
Yeah, do you want to go final round? Arf, because I've made my jump. I scored 0 points. I ended up between the hangar and the city in the little gap.
That's very honest of you, because I didn't see you jump, so you could have lied then. Okay, well I will. Right, okay, here we go. I'm gonna go for it. This is it. This is where I make my marks. So I'm going in. Oh dear.
There he goes. There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Arf, or Commander.
Come on.
I really want someone to end their turn by just exploding into the side.
I don't think I necessarily did a trick, if I'm honest.
You didn't, but you scored 10 points, so I think you win.
Wow, I think you're being generous.
You win. I scored 20 points. Arf scored 30 points. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. And also... Yeah, go on.
Here you go.
Oh, look at this.
Oh dear. Can I? Oh, I can't save it. No, I thought I was going to land on my front. I didn't do it. Never mind.
Okay, I think we're nearing the time. I don't believe it's been an hour already. Time flies when you're having time flies when you're having fun. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay, I think I have another guest lineup for in about 5 minutes now. So I think we're just going to wrap up now. Thank you so much, guys, for coming over. I appreciate that you've done it, on your own time. It's after hours for you, out of office. So thank you so much. Thanks so much for answering the questions as well. I know that you cannot always answer everything, and it's really appreciated that that you went forward and got these answers and tell us a little bit about Elite Dangerous and the things to come a little bit as well.
Thank you for inviting us on. Thank you for playing Elite Dangerous and being as passionate as you are, and thank you for using Elite Dangerous for a good cause.
Always.
That's a very special thing to do. So thank you very much for doing that. It means a lot.
Like I said, this is if you look on stream now. This is the calendar I'm gonna be giving away in a sec. And you guys will also get one, because I send one to the community team every year.
Not sure if I'm
I also send one to David Braben every year. I'm not sure if he ever gets them.
Mine has also cut out.
Nah.
What's cut out?
Oh, there we go. You're back. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
You locked you in for a second, and I was like, oh. I gave my heartfelt message, and then there was just silence, and I was like, I think I've
Story of my life.
So this is the calendar I'm going to give away. This is the ongoing contest in our community, the Hussars. We basically provide screenshots throughout the year, and throughout the year we have community voting sessions. We choose 12 pictures or 12 images from Elite Dangerous, and Commander Pike gets them printed out onto this beautiful calendar. And I tend to send one to community team and to David Braben every year.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, if you do that, I'll ask David to sign it and send it back to you for another prize. How about that?
Oh, beautiful! That's amazing. Thank you so much. I usually check one. I usually check one to LaveCon, and we donate also like 2 or 3 to LaveCon every year. And I try to get you guys, anybody from Frontier who's there to sign them, and they go to raffle at the end of LaveCon. Who also that raffle is also for SpecialEffect, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we would love to support that sort of stuff. So please, if you do send it through, I'm sure I can find some stuff in the office to pop into that and send back to you.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful piece of work. People put a lot of effort into making the screenshots and then into making them look nice, and then our graphic designer, designs the whole calendar, and then we vote for the best pictures.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you for that. That's really nice of you. So I'll send one to you guys, and then if you can send it back to me, that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
And then I'll give it away as well to some lucky winner. But I'll be giving away one just now. We only have 2 minutes before Alan's shout comes online. I'm gonna say thank you guys, and 07 Commanders, thank you for being here with me today.
07, thank you so
good
much.
luck with your stream.
Yes.
Excellent, everybody. So I'm gonna quickly run a giveaway for this beautiful calendar. I'm gonna show you some more pages from it.